another 2 years up there.
Yeah, it's always good to be back in Montana and to official, sign in with the Secretary of State today. I have another 2 years of service. Now, we face a lot of problems. I haven't seen any problem that's not fixable, but it's going to take a lot of courage and a lot of purpose, and I'm a believer, Reagan optimist, that we can get the job done.
How do you feel the last, I guess it's not 2 years, it's the last year, how do you feel it's gone out there?
Well, the country's in, I would say, a funk. Well, we don't have a border, and a lot of issues that generally are not, front in Montana have become front. Montana's a border state. We see it, we see it in Billings as much as we see it in Missoula. Drug trafficking, child trafficking, fentanyl. We see affordable housing, go through the roof, no pun intended. So a lot of the problems that usually are isolated somewhere else in the States are coming home to roost here. So we face a lot of challenges. I'm an optimist. I think I can address them with leadership and solve them. Well, what I look forward to is a Trump presidency, because I think you need a Congress and a presidency working together. And I've seen a shadow cabinet of what the Trump organization will look like, mature, and I trust in that. So me is focused on the election, getting things done, ending this year. There's a lot of things that matter to Montana that we need to get across the finish line. So we'll kind of focus on that. And then the election is going to take, all the air out of the room. And I tell good friends, grab a big bag of popcorn and enjoy the show. Well, we would never know, but right now I do know that the president is going to need a lot of really good people around him that are experienced on that. We have Chad Wolf here tonight, and he runs the American First Policy Institute. A lot of what I call the shadow cabinet in there. So it'll be an interesting conversation, but there's a lot between now and then that we need to get done in Montana. There's a lot of issues floating out there between a farm bill, we have water problems, we have homeless problems, we have border problems. There's a lot between now and then to solve. Well, I did, and I would say the House is a 2-year sentence, the Senate is 6 to life. But also, everyone to their station. I'm senior in the House of Representatives. I'm the only former cabinet member, and so I sit on appropriations. That's a good spot for me. I look forward to a new challenger, Tim Sheehy, in the Senate. I think he got Trump's endorsement, and many of us have endorsed him. I think he's a new generation of leadership. So this is what 25 is going to bring. It's a little different dynamic than last election. But now we have a very expensive Senate election in the state, a wild presidential election, and all the down seats are going to be important. On foreign shores, people see Ukraine, perhaps Israel, on the TV, but they see the border on the street. We see it in Missoula, we see it in Helena, we see sex trafficking and child trafficking issues that weren't so prominent last election. So I think immigration has raised, security has raised. In the meantime, we still have unaffordable housing across Montana. Wages are still tough, and it's hard to make a living. So, there's a lot that Congress can do. For instance, we adjusted the tax. We gave some child credit, which I think is important to promote families. We're looking at housing. We'll get some of the appropriations done. So, as much as the media would like to say that everything is a mess and nothing gets done, there are some things that are getting done that are important in Montana. Well, I'm going to go out and say hello to everybody and do what I do best, is just be Ryan Zinke.